The biblical narrative about Ishmael indeed depicts a complex family dynamic with Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. Ishmael's story is intertwined with themes of promise, lineage, and divine intervention. Ishmael was born to Hagar, Sarah's maidservant, as a result of Sarah's inability to conceive. The arrangement for Hagar to bear a child for Abraham was a common practice of the time, serving as a form of surrogacy within the family. However, tensions arose between Sarah and Hagar after Hagar became pregnant. The name Ishmael means God is heard, signifying God's response to Hagar's distress. Despite being Abraham's firstborn and considered legally Sarah's child, Ishmael's position became precarious after the birth of Isaac, Sarah's own son and the child of promise. The conflict between Sarah and Hagar intensified over time, especially concerning the inheritance rights of their respective sons. Sarah, perceiving Ishmael as a threat to Isaac's place in the family, demanded that Abraham send Hagar and Ishmael away, which distressed Abraham. This action, despite going against common norms of the time, was guided by God's command, indicating a divine plan. The narrative establishes Ishmael and Isaac as symbolic figures, representing different aspects of God's promises and divine intervention. Ishmael, while not chosen as the designated heir, is not forgotten by God. He is promised to become a great nation as well, demonstrating God's faithfulness to His word. Ishmael's lineage in the Bible is expansive and offers insights into the development of his descendants. Despite not being the chosen heir through whom the covenant would continue, Ishmael was promised by God to become a great nation, and his descendants are mentioned in the Bible. As documented in Genesis, Ishmael fathered 12 sons, which is an intriguing parallel to the 12 sons of Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel. His descendants settled in the northern Arabian Peninsula, particularly regions like Havilah and Shur, leading a nomadic lifestyle and often engaging in conflicts with neighboring tribes as foretold by God. Nebaioth and Kedar, two of Ishmael's sons, are mentioned in the Bible and are recognized as the ancestors of groups known for sheep breeding, possibly indicative of their pastoral lifestyle. The descendants of Ishmael, often referred to as Arabs, played a significant role in shaping the history of the Arabian Peninsula. They were known for their assertive and often confrontational nature, living in constant conflict among themselves and with neighboring tribes, as prophesied in Genesis 16:12. Furthermore, other groups, such as the descendants of Abraham through Keturah and some descendants of Esau, such as the Amalekites, also settled in the Arabian Peninsula, adding to the diverse landscape of inhabitants in the region. Despite Isaac being the primary heir of Abraham's covenant, Abraham ensured that his other sons received blessings and material goods during his lifetime, as seen in the book of Genesis. This demonstrates Abraham's care for all his children, even though the covenant passed through Isaac's lineage. Ishmael's descendants, commonly referred to as Ishmaelites in the Bible, lived nomadic lives in the southern desert and were known for their conflict-ridden relationships as prophesied. They were a significant part of the historical and cultural fabric of the region, influencing and intermingling with other tribes like the Midianites, who were also descendants of Abraham. The identification of modern Arabs with the descendants of Ishmael has been a popular belief, particularly within Islamic traditions, where Prophet Muhammad claimed descent from Ishmael. While historical evidence supporting this claim might be challenging to trace definitively, it's widely accepted that there's a probable connection between the Ishmaelites and the Arab genetic ancestry. The comparison drawn by the Apostle Paul between Hagar and Sarah, as well as their respective sons, Ishmael and Isaac, serves as a powerful allegory illustrating spiritual truths related to salvation and the covenant. In this analogy, Hagar symbolizes the Old Covenant rooted in human effort and adherence to the law, while Sarah represents the New Covenant based on divine grace and redemption accomplished by God. Just as Ishmael was born through natural means, Sarah conceiving Isaac in her old age represents a supernatural birth, a manifestation of God's power and grace. The story of Ishmael and Isaac, as interpreted by Paul, offers profound insights into the nature of the two covenants and the transformation brought about by embracing the redemptive work of Christ, emphasizing the liberty and inheritance available to those who are born again in the Spirit.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.